So I want to show you a page in the Scheduled Rebel about elemental sovereignty. And this page is a weekly page, but you can use it as needed throughout your experience and your relationship with the journal, because that's really what this is all about. But bringing your attention to this page and how to use it. As you can see, you have laid out 5 elements or tattvas. Each of those elements has a little space next to it so that you can really explore. And again, the whole idea here is vitality, vital body, clear mind. And so the tattvas are tools, or really they are what help you hold the structure of what you're trying to create a bigger experience of in your life, right? Because what it is that you're after, what it is that you want to have this bigger experience of. So, most of us, it's love, it's creativity, it's, growth in however you want to define that. And so that experience of life and wanting to experience all of it all at once is the definition of vitality that I always say. And that takes a massive amount of athleticism. And if we look at athleticism, we break it down. What are the fundamentals of what it means to have athleticism? It's a certain level of endurance, power, fluidity, receptivity, agility. Those are the 5 that I'm highlighting because those correlate with these tattvas, right? So we think about endurance, and it's like the flame. We don't just want that flame to burn bright and blow out, but we want to have this long sustaining fire. And so you're looking at this fire element, and then it's about activating, right? Like, what are we trying to birth? And we can look at this kind of in the career area of our lives. The fire element is prominent during the afternoon hours. And so you can really feel into this. You can attune to this. What are the activities you're going to want to do in the afternoon? Are they going to pertain to your career? Are you going to want to get out and get some sunlight? Are you going to do a workout that, there are things that you can start to journal on, start to notice. If you want to do what I love to do, my favorite thing to do is a self-experiment. Take a 48-hour slice of your life and just record data. And that's what you can use this page for, because it's a you and you game. But here I'm giving you a little bit of guidance as far as how these tattvas work throughout the day and work with with your astrology as well. So that's something to explore. So in the afternoon, fire rules the afternoon. What else do we see about this fire element? It governs the solar plexus chakra, right? Your navel point. It is all about the sense of sight. So you've got 5 tattvas, 5 senses. The fire element is about sight. It rules the eyes. It also governs the digestive system. Water, I think again, now water, fluidity. Athleticism requires a tremendous amount of fluidity, flexibility, right? Water is expressive. It's the emotional aspect of our lives. It's the creative area, right? What are we creating? And how do we want to feel about it? And this is so important. It rules the evening. So again, thinking about what are the activities you're doing in the evening and how you can utilize the knowledge of, okay, this is a water time of day. Water is sacral chakra. It is associated with the sense of taste. It governs the tongue. And of course, the endocrine system. The endocrine system is your glandular system. It's responsible for controlling and regulating your hormones, and your hormones are the chemical signature of your emotions. Air. When we think air, it's got a formation quality to it. The mind and body, right? It's a sense of fearlessness. Air. Morning. Air rules or is dominant in the morning. It's the heart chakra. It's your sense of touch. It governs the skin. And of course, the respiratory system. So in the morning, right? So you start to break this down. I'm going into ether. Ether is this element that is almost what I see as like the non-element and the every element. It's everywhere. It's infinite. It's expansion. It's the gaseous state, but it could actually help form or build or be part of every other element. And it's dawn. This is why we practice. We want to have a deep practice upon waking. And really being diligent about honoring this time to yourself as precious. And it is, these are your gifts, right? And it's throat chakra. It's the sense of sound. So here, what are you saying to yourself when you wake up? The sweet sounds of your own voice. It governs the ears and the nervous system. Again, this is where your sensory sets or resets as you wake in coordination with that pre-sunrise when the veil is thin and the energy from the cosmos is particularly strong. So how are you taking that in? How are you receiving that? And specifically through your sound current and through what you're vibrating through your ears. And then earth, grounded, right? It's dense, it's manifesting, it's tangible assets. What are we trying to pull into this 3D reality? And it's prominent at night. It's the root chakra. It's your sense of smell. It governs the nose and the corporeal weight of your body, which is your musculoskeletal system. So you can use this and do some weekly accounting and really just, again, running those self-experiments or even throughout the week and seeing, what you need to pull in more of, how you can perhaps coordinate activities during these times of day. And another thing to do, if you want to go kind of next level on it, you can start to pull in your astrology. So you can start to see, well, what planets do I have in fire signs, if any? Right? So personally, I happen to have Sun at Leo. I happen to have Chiron in Aries. I have my North Node in Sagittarius. And I know from medical astrology, okay, well, what does this rule? So I know specific parts of my body. And then what colors are really vibrating for me. So I take this a step further and it's like, okay, how can I gain more energy? And I know that during the afternoon, I'm going to really attune to my heart, to my spine. I'm going to get outside. I know that for me, doing my hardest workout in the afternoon is optimal. And I've done that self-study and I can determine that. I also really enjoy seeing, right? So I'm out, I'm running, and I see the vibrancy of the afternoon and I'm taking that in through my eyes. But I also know personally my North Node in Sagittarius, and I happen to know that it is in my 8th house. I'm sorry. Yes. My 9th house. It is in my 9th house. My 9th house, and the 9th house is, the hips, the liver. North Node also represents a surplus. It can represent a surplus of strength. So I take this all in. And this is something that, again, you can start to do as part of your self-study. And why the schedule wearable was created is so that you can really have the very best relationship with yourself. And then everything else falls into place.